Ooh, welcome to Hat Chat, episode 93. Thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you to Joshua Morley Smith for emailing in your fingal. Thanks very much. That's awesome.
Mudblood Smith, right?
Mudblood Smith, yeah. Thank you very much
Not a real
for your
one.
intense intro. I am Chris Trott.
I'm Ross Hornby.
And I'm the true Smith, the heir, the half-blood prince. No, I'm just
Hero
Alex Smith.
Hero Smith. Not bad, thanks. It's another week and another Hat Chat. What's happened in this week is the question on everyone's
Christ, I haven't really looked,
lips.
to be honest with
You
you.
want me to look?
No, don't look. Don't look. Let's make it up instead. First unicorn discovered in the Congo.
I'm a frost.
Speaks every language and is suggesting curing famine.
It suggests it, but doesn't act on it. Unicorn doesn't help.
Yeah, disappears next day. Lols. There is a big breakthrough potentially with the Hadron Collider.
I saw this, yeah.
Where they could have potentially discovered another force of nature. Maybe.
Yeah.
The mass of a certain... I don't want to get this wrong. Yeah. Boson
Boson
has more mass than expected.
Yeah.
And thus...
flips the whole scientific community on its head.
Yeah.
They're just
It's the
shitting
first
themselves.
thing...
My calculations are fucked!
Mm-hmm.
First thing to
Basically,
prove...
it doesn't adhere to the predicted mass it should have according
the regular
to the
physics
model of physics.
Yeah.
So the standard model of physics has been around for a very long time, and it's basically a system that we use to define our reality based on certain things. And some of those things, like Trott said, are what's called forces of nature, which are four forces defined by physics that basically cause everything to happen, or rather why things happen. So for example, electromagnetism is, I think, one of the forces. Strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force. So strong nuclear force is stuff like why do atoms get why do atoms stay together, or why do sort of why does an atom or a nucleus draw electrons or protons to it? Like why does it happen? Like,
why does your mum have a gravitational pull?
That
to
is
me,
because of a strong
and an
nuclear
arousal.
Force. Whilst a
is that
weak
a force of nature?
Is an example of what Trott is here, which is like radiation.
I am just radiation.
Weak nuclear force, and magnetism itself is part of one of those other forces of nature. It's really interesting. But
I think it might be electromagnetism.
There must be a reason that this particle doesn't adhere to the standard model of physics, and they're like, it either means that we've discovered another fundamental force,
or the calculations are wrong,
or the
measurement was wrong,
or something else entirely. And if the calculation or the measurement isn't wrong, and they've been tested lots and lots of times, but if it isn't wrong, it basically means that there's a whole new avenue of science to explore, and it could mean really exciting, sort of revolutionary, big discoveries, big changes, big ways to understand the universe better, which could be really cool.
So step 1, discover mass is higher than regular on this boson. Step 2, throw out old physics model. Step 3, question marks. Step 4, aliens.
Yeah, the aliens.
I assume that's where it's going, right?
I hope so. I mean, there's got to be. I think everyone's warming up to the idea that there must be
the kettle's on the boil.
Yeah.
Somewhere else in the universe, right?
Well, when you see photos of all the different galaxies,
mm-hmm.
and you think how many that are just visible to us.
Yeah. And also, what's more important is
something. There's life, definitely. There's life, regardless of whether it's in the same stage or same start. Like
exactly.
Design.
There's far more planets in habitable zones as well than we first thought until recently. There's far more exoplanets in solar systems outside of our own than we thought.
James Webby's been booted up and has been aligned now. Have you seen the image?
He's up there with his binoculars.
Where they aligned it to that very distant star that was you can't perceive with human eyes, and it's super bright. They use that to align all the mirrors.
Oh, I see.
And then every dot you see is another galaxy. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
The Hubble's
And
still doing tricks, though, isn't it?
Hubble's still
to find the
putting out
furthest,
tricks.
like star
Yeah.
again, like the furthest point. It found a new one. Or
and if you think
at
that's
least
going to be
a better
impressive,
shot of it.
just wait for what the James Webb, which is even further out,
Yeah.
is gonna bring back. Hopefully aliens.
It's
I
almost
reckon
sad
they'll
that
be
we can't
riding
ever
it.
experience. We can't see more detail into these things. In
All
our
hazy.
lifetime, I want to be able to
Well,
see them.
you
I want
see
to be able to
that-
travel to them.
It wasn't long.
Yeah.
Have you seen like the comparison between like the first image of Pluto and what we can do now,
Yeah.
which is like super high def, like full.
Yeah.
Before it was just a blocky pixel of a couple of colors. Now it's just like, yeah, we know exactly like all the different craters and stuff on Pluto. It's insane. So I reckon in our lifetime, we'll probably have an intergalactic sort of civilization where we're trying to fight for our space on the council, but the
Of what?
Snorglags are just a bit too intimidating, honestly, and they're like,
Right.
we can't just let these stupid little humans just instantly get on the council. They have to prove themselves first, and also they're killing each other and stuff. It's Mass Effect, but yeah.
Well, they should have.
if
Go on.
what if there's a race of aliens on this galactic council that are just us, but 3 feet taller and with bigger dicks?
Fuck's
Right, do
sake.
you think-
Well, that'll
do you-
really make us feel.
Well, that's
very
just rubbing
small
it in.
in many different ways.
I'm already struggling with my average height here, and there's a whole other race that's just like me, but 3 feet taller with a bigger dick. For fuck's
Like,
sake.
do you
The
think
bigger
that we
dick
could
thing, I
ever
don't think would be the
contend?
first thing you'd mention, but I'm sure it makes sense. I guess that they would have a larger peen.
Would my
Exactly.
like equivalent also be slightly smaller than the other aliens?
Maybe. But
Yeah,
few
you could
inches.
have like there's a race of human beings that was more gravity or whatever, and so they were a
Like-
foot shorter, but they did also have a foot longer dick because of the gravity. Like,
Like Jupiterians.
yeah,
And then you got the Beltalordas, who are gangly, because there's
Yeah.
lower gravity in the asteroid belts. And so they, yeah.
I mean, they would walk on the surface of Jupiter, and we
Oh,
couldn't
yeah?
do that.
In that gas?
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, they would know the rocky, hard exterior of Jupiter.
It's like an M&M, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. It's like one of the ones with brownie in the middle.
Yeah.
How many cameras are out there right now that we've sent out into space? Do you know
Us
if there's many?
personally,
Cameras.
Well, not us personally. I'm just wondering, like, how many
You
cameras?
could-
Because I mean,
We've got several
many, right?
rovers out there
yeah,
on Mars already. So those have got loads of cameras each.
yeah.
Mm.
And
But
then
what if they
you've got
just like made a huge Canon camera
a cannon.
and
Oh,
and
I
also
see.
an actual physical Canon,
Christ.
which fired DSLRs just constantly into just all around the globe. It's firing constantly into the atmosphere, really, really far. So it's shooting out of the,
Okay.
and
This
just,
is almost
How
a
do you get them
hypothetical.
back?
and they've got self. You just have an auto mode where they keep taking photos
Yeah.
and then just send those back. But there's
How is it sending it
millions.
back?
Yeah,
But that's
'cause you
literally
got-
what a probe is, though, Ross. It's,
I know,
it's
but
a
we should send
camera,
millions and millions of DSLRs.
So
but
you're
we
sending
can't
the
transmit back.
you're sending the cannons out there. They've got like a meter range
We'll
of
find 'em.
Bluetooth, or you could
find
connect to a local Wi-Fi. Wow, where's that?
Yeah.
Are you sending an array of routers out there to like, extend the range as well?
Maybe we could
Like
make a
a
little
chain.
box, a small box with a
A
camera
small
on
box.
it, a Wi-Fi router on it, and a battery pack.
Send out a few
We're
Raspberry
sorted.
Pis, and then we're golden.
Yeah,
They're
Okay,
cheap.
here's
we're
a
scientists. We can do that.
Yeah,
here's
okay.
a sci-fi conundrum for you. So, thousands of years ago, man fired a camera using these railguns out into space, right?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
it reached its top speed or whatever in atmosphere, then hit space, and then began traveling at that speed. In 2 weeks' time, that unless you send up another transmitter to relay the data from that camera to the transmitter back to Earth, you're going to lose the link to that camera, right? So 1,000 years ago, this camera was launched, and ever since, every 2 weeks, they fired up another transmitter, right? So now there's this giant
To
chain.
keep the
1,000
chain.
years. You have to keep the chain up, right?
That's
and,
cool.
And that the day that your planet stops producing these transmitters, you will lose all of the knowledge that the camera that's now on the other side of the universe, your greatest link to the outside, will just drift off into space with a million fucking transmitters just tagging on behind.
You know what would
transmitting
really
nothing.
suck? In our
What?
current climate, It would just take a shitty politician to just stop that.
I'm no longer building the transmitters. Exactly.
We're just going to focus our efforts on the military again, and our budget for the transmitters, we're cutting that. We haven't even got one photo from it. What's the point?
Very realistic.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
right now
we can somehow
they
spin that
send out
into
the
a...
Hubble and stuff, and then that's just like expected to eventually just drift off.
So I think that, well, I mean, it's in a geosynchronous orbit, which occasionally have to have adjustments. Maybe I think maybe more likely
James Webb.
So the Hubble, I imagine, is in the gravity well of Earth in a geosynchronous orbit, so it stays in one place, but equidistant from a set distance from the Earth. But then the gravity of Earth slowly pulls things back in towards it, so it'll probably burn up in our atmosphere, I imagine. Not that I know that, but I mean, the other thing is the Hubble had like a 25-year stated lifetime, and the James Webb is only a 10. So in 10 years' time, we'll be cooking up something even more powerful. So we will get to see more and more in our lifetimes, hopefully, which will be pretty cool until everyone just stops kidding around and admits there's an intergalactic alien civilization that doesn't give a shit about us. And the reason that these billionaires are all trying to get to space is because with money comes power and no governmental restrictions on billionaires. So they found out through nefarious means, using billions and billions of their pounds, not even that much, just a small fraction of it, to find information that there are aliens out there, and there are civilizations that simply don't want to be a part of us because we're not advanced enough. So they're desperately trying to advance so they can unlock all the cool alien tech.
What I'm hoping is,
my conspiracy.
I'm hoping James Webb Telescope, it just aligns its mirrors and moves slightly to the left. Boom. Mass relay. Just right there. Fucking hell, that's insane. You've got a fresh new intern who's kind of like us, where we're like, holy shit, we need to make sure the politicians and stuff don't like clamp this down. He goes on Twitter or whatever, social media, he does a TikTok, and he shows the mass relay and reveals it to the world before the billionaires and stuff can like shut it down or keep it for themselves. I think that's the way forward.
But the little guy doesn't win it. He only wins in films.
That's true, yeah.
So
right.
Maybe
why are we talking about I don't know why we're talking about this when we should be talking about Harry Potter, of course.
Well, it leads me to
that's what we're all about, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Did you guys know there's a new Harry Potter film coming out? It's not Harry Potter.
Is there?
Fantastic Beasts. Yeah,
right.
They snuck that one out.
Christ, we should know that, being the number one Harry Potter fan service podcast.
Something's up with it.
What's it called?
We're losing our touch. Secrets of Dumbledore, I think, or Dumbledore's Secret.
We already know he's gay. That's already out there.
Is that what they're going to reveal?
What other secrets does he keep?
I don't know, but he's got everyone's memories, doesn't he? In that little pot. He goes in there each night.
Honestly, I know so little on purpose of the lore.
A lot of it, but
He's got a little pot of secrets, has he?
And he sticks his wand in and just goes into other people's brains.
Oh,
and then he
like Xavier
furiously.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, I know, it's really fucking off-putting.
God damn!
But
all right, well,
they're still making films.
Are they bringing Johnny Depp back? Because the internet loves him again now.
Let's have a look. I mean, he does appear in this page. Is he on it? I think he is.
They've recast
him. He might be
him
in this one.
Apparently.
So yeah, apparently
it's Mads Mikkelsen.
Might be taking a return. Mads Mikkelsen is in there somewhere.
Well, breaking
maybe
news
he's just in there briefly as he changes into someone else because they've, cancelled him or whatever.
Can a man be uncancelled? I'm sure.
Probably. I don't know. Depends. If he buys enough children's
James
Gunn
was uncancelled technically, wasn't he? Because he had allegations and stuff against him.
Oh right, yeah.
Was it him?
Shit! Have you seen Peacemaker yet?
No.
No.
With John Cena.
I was planning on watching Suicide Squad first. I didn't realize it was a Suicide Squad spin-off.
Yeah, it is. And
yeah,
it's obviously it's much better than the first one that came out like a couple of years ago. But yeah, Peacemaker's been really funny.
So controversy about old Cena as well. Do you know that?
Oh, sure. Because
of his ties with WWE, and he's made an apology to like the Hong Kong, China, and been a bit of a Hong Kong government sympathist.
Well, there's clips of him speaking fluent
Chinese.
I'm not sure what is it.
Mandarin?
Chinese? Mandarin, I'm not sure what it is, but I don't know if he's memorized that or if he has gone and learned the language.
I think he has
that's
learned the
impressive
language.
feat.
I think he's got
Yeah.
some history there, but he might be pro CCP because there's money there.
Right.
And WWE has weird ties with Saudi Arabia as well and China. So
Well, that aside,
all
as a program, it's entertaining.
Oh, he apologized to
realize...
CCP for recognizing Taiwan as a country. So he made an apology video for that.
What?
So
easily done.
Taiwan is a country, isn't it?
Well, don't say that. You have to make an apology video.
Oh, fuck. Do I have to do it now?
You've gone and pissed off the
really
CCP now, Ross.
CCP.
You saying TCP?
TCP. I'm really
anyway,
sorry.
When's John Cena in the Harry Potter universe? Otherwise, I don't care.
I don't think he is.
He's going to play... He should play the three-headed dog in a remake. I mean, one day the films are going to be remade, aren't they? Let's be honest. They will.
They will get a remake, yeah. It's guaranteed.
They will be remade.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's probably not going to be for some time yet. I mean, think of all the assets and stuff attached to, like,
you know what I see
Ragnars's
first?
face.
I see what they've done with Lord of the Rings, doing a Harry Potter series.
Right, a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that happening, yeah.
I reckon they do that first.
I mean, Fantastic Beasts is pretty wank anyway, isn't it?
I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sure they will make some sort of Amazon series as well at some point.
I think Fantastic Beasts is meant to capture the people that never even like read Harry Potter, never planned to. It's just like in a world. It's kind of stylish. It's got big actors in it. I don't think they're inherently bad. I'd happily sit down and watch one. The magic is very much gone for me there in terms of why I'm interested.
And I think again, it's this nostalgia element of watching Harry Potter when we were younger anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why.
Before we learned about the author,
because even if you watched it today, you would just think, well, what are these shit child actors doing? Why would they cast? But as a kid, I guess I looked past that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You saw through the eyes of an innocent child, and now you're just a grumpy bigot. Welcome to your 30s. Even better in your 40s, apparently.
Fuck.
And
I'm
will
not
we make it to our 50s?
40s.
I don't think one of us will. I think one of us dies before 60. My money is on Chris Trott.
Well, I think people have watched our slogs and the safety levels we go through, and it might just be.
It'll be Smith doing something unsafe, and I'll be the collateral damage that dies.
Yeah,
I just hit him. I know. He just
look
came
down
out of
this potato can, would you? This novelty size one.
There is a potato lodge in there. It's moving slightly.
And then the shrapnel from Trott's exploding skull just takes me out as well. I'm like, God damn.
I hope so.
Oh God! I mean,
Craig's just in the other room going, "Have you finished yet?
You finished?
Fingers and ears. You done?
You done?"
So this leads us on
Craig will go first.
To our first hypothetical chosen by our patrons. Thanks, patrons.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
20 minutes in and we're on the first hypothetical. Just so you know, guys, if I die, I want Craig buried with me. Just
on top. On top of, to the side, underneath, like
just in the chamber. I presume you're burying me in a pyramid,
like a guard
in
the same box, face down, taped round me
together, kissing.
Yeah,
his soul can never leave yours.
Together, so you're always kissing until your body's melt down.
Perfect. That'd be perfect. Thanks.
So,
Craig doesn't
I think we've already surmised this, but what kind of monster would you be if you had to be one for one night of a month?
Like a werewolf scenario.
So Smith's a monster all the time.
Okay.
Because he wants Craig to be buried with him.
Sorry, I think the correct term is predator.
All right,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a specific kind.
God.
Yeah.
So if you were to be a mythological monster for one night of the month,
yeah.
What would you be?
So does it have to be bad or can it be good?
It's a monster. It's a monster.
Yeah, but like a giant eagle is kind of a monster.
You gotta like do bad monstery stuff, I think.
Okay.
Like terrorize towns, steal children.
Terrorize towns. What does kill children? Do you have to kill children?
Eat them for sustenance.
Eat children. All right, I'll be a werewolf.
Okay.
You're just gonna be a werewolf.
Yeah.
The classic.
Classic werewolf.
There's a full moon and you're out, and that's it. You turn into a werewolf.
Yeah.
Team Wolf style. So you or American.
Yeah, I've still got like
style.
like one of those like jackets on with a arbitrary letter on the front of
Right.
it.
Nice.
So yeah, still kind of team of kind of high tops, blue jeans, but like a werewolf, you know?
Okay. I'm actually looking through the
I'm
various
also looking.
mythical
I'd like to
creatures from
be-
folklore. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
that's the same as.
I'm
What
s-
are you
I'm-
looking at there, Trevor?
I'm looking at folk monster tricksters, like naughty ones.
Tricksters?
You know, ones that like troll people or mess around with them. Kind of like
Sure.
Loki in the mythological legend speaking, not Loki. I guess he is that in the Marvel. But like a horrible looking creature. For example,
Right.
the Anansi, which is a spider trickster of African origin, considers himself cunning enough to trick and outwit anyone, but is also proud, lazy, and impulsive, which often proves his undoing. I'm fine with that. It's kind of like a slobbish, horrible, disgusting spider creature that trolls people. Chupacabra. Would you be that?
You want to be the
The
chupacabra?
The Chupacabra or Babadook?
Holy shit. I've got Babadook. The mythical.
Sandman?
I
What
want to be a
about
Babadook.
just a yeti, like an
Abominable
Yeah,
snowman?
yeah, you could be. Yeah, you could just.
I just want to go for a
suddenly-
walk in a forest and freak out some photographers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on this list, I mean, there's golems,
Nice.
cyclops, ogres,
Classics.
unicorns on here. That would be quite a good one.
You want to be a
because you're not
unicorn
really
once
threatening.
a month.
Trott said that you had to kill children.
You have to be awful.
Well,
in
that's
some
even worse because I
capacity.
mean, I guess a unicorn, you have a weapon, and it
You
is
could just
the horn of your head.
run at like knee height through a
Children.
shopping supermarket, like a
And the
shopping
thing
center.
is, you've already earned their trust immediately. So even
They're
if
like,
they come close, it's like,
"Ah!" and then
just-
kebab.
yeah.
Shunk.
And it's like, well, it's just an accident, bro.
Yeah.
Get off my horn.
I don't think you're allowed
Dragons,
to be.
Bigfoots,
You're not allowed to be anything from Cthulhu mythology because that's OP. That's not fair on all the
Okay.
other monsters one night a month. Because if it's
Boogeyman.
Cthulhu, huh? The boogeyman. Yeah,
There's
that's
a
all right.
bogeyman on here.
Bogeyman.
Spelt bogeyman. It says the bogeyman was created with the sole purpose of scaring children into good behavior, because there are variations of the bogeyman in every culture. It is
Hmm.
difficult to pinpoint a place of origin. Furthermore, the appearance of the bogeyman differs culturally, as he is sometimes depicted with horns, claws, talons, or hooves. However, the legend of the bogeyman, in all its varying forms, is an almost universal myth.
Oh shit.
There is no bogeyman, kids. The bogeyman is your local politician.
You know what?
People in charge.
I've
of the
decided
bogeyman.
what I want to be now.
Okay.
I'd like to be a manticore because it's kind of like what's the other thing where you have a mixture of multiple animals put together? They're called a thing.
Animu.
No. There's a name for it. Anyway, the manticore has the body of a lion, the stinging tail of a scorpion, and my head. Literally my head on a lion's
Your
body.
head.
Just like it'd be
Okay.
really fucked
pretty-
up.
You
That's
just unlocked my
horrifying.
kink.
I've never
Imagine
thought
that.
of that before. That's a thought I've never had in my head before, and now I'm aroused.
This drawing of a manticore kind of looks like me. Sorry, podcast
The drawing,
listeners.
if you're listening,
Oh wait, that's the
illustration
wrong
is,
screen.
as he explained,
Apologies.
Not up on the screen
I'll
yet.
fix it. It's
So
it's pretty
what's
incredible.
a banshee? Do you know what a banshee is?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's like a
flying.
wailing
spirit.
ghost. Yeah.
She will wail or shriek to warn family members of the coming disasters.
Yeah.
Physically, descriptions of the banshee vary from a 1 foot tall old woman to a young woman in the family who died at a young age. Who wrote this? 1
That's a little
foot tall
weird.
old woman. That's impressively small. Imagine. I mean, that's not. What's threatening about that? There's nothing scary about that.
Yeah, but what's scary about this
Just, I
though?
guess.
Huh?
Oh, okay. So Trott's got the image up. It is a
There it is.
humanoid face with a very, very big kind of Cheshire cat smile.
That's a
with
spiky
a lion's body.
tail as well.
What is the tail? It looks like a morning star at
Scorpion's
the back
tail,
of it.
apparently, but that's a
Scorpion's
really
tail,
messed up
okay.
one.
This looks like
That's pretty rough.
somebody just started drawing and was like, I think I'm gonna like. It looks like they started drawing a dog, like a household dog, be it like a spaniel. Like those back legs look very dog-like, don't they?
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Fuck, this has gone all wrong. Should I draw a lion? And then
Yeah, it's very
like,
curly
nah,
hair for a lion on the legs there.
Yeah, so
but
weird.
it's creepy. It's creepy enough to
It
be
is, yeah.
freaky. And why? What's your reasoning for wanting to?
I
do
saw
that?
this image and I wanted to be one night a month.
Oh,
Yeah.
Frankly, it would terrorize people. It'd be terrifying,
Yeah.
So
and
I
it
put
would
a
have my
picture of
head.
me, in Just Hats for like what I want to be.
Okay.
What I said
Okay.
earlier.
Okay. Sweet.
Could be a dragon as well. That's pretty cool.
You could. Well, I mean, that's
Smith's
cool.
mythological
Because you can
creatures.
fly
me.
and you can blow out fire.
I'm cool.
Teen
though.
Wolf.
So look, I've got shades.
That's Teen
on.
Wolf. There's a
It's
picture
Teen
of
Wolf,
Teen
yeah.
It's a picture
got
of
his
Teen Wolf
shades
in
on.
shades and jacket.
He's got a
his,
jock jacket with a big
jock
B on
jacket,
it
Yeah.
and shades,
Be for badass.
but really hairy and wolf-like.
Looks a bit like Mariah Carey.
Do you think so?
What? Where
I
are
don't
you
know
seeing
if there's
that?
any Mariah Carey in what I'm
How does that
seeing.
look like Mariah Carey?
It's the nose.
It's the nose.
For fuck's sake. Okay.
It's a wolf-like
Look
nose.
at Mariah Carey's nose,
Mm.
and then look at that nose. They're the same
Yeah.
nose.
I think my favorite part. What's your favorite
That is
part?
weird.
In Teen
Hmm?
Wolf? My favorite part in Teen Wolf is when he's in the bathroom, then he opens the door and his dad's just in a wolf outfit as well. It's just like fucking yes. Classic.
I didn't watch it very much.
Well,
There you go.
thank
Look,
you.
look. It's a see.
That's not.
Come
fucking-
on,
he's
that's
brought a picture
it's
of
just a
Mariah
person.
Carey to compare. I don't see it. I'm just seeing the basic features of someone's face, like a nose, and I don't think that matches her nose.
No, it doesn't work.
But if you're seeing Mariah Carey, that's on you.
Sorry, I just saw
Do you
two
like-
Teen Wolves.
Fair, fair enough. What about a centaur? Would you be a centaur?
Oh, that'd be
Yes,
cool.
again though, but with the stipulation that you have to kill
You have to be
children because
bad
otherwise,
Or about a
anything could
reverse
be fun.
centaur, where you are
Oh
a
shit!
normal human underneath, but you have just a giant horse.
Horse's
upper
head.
body.
head,
You've got the head. Yeah.
BoJack Horseman.
And maybe the front two hooves
Maybe
as
the
well.
front two legs. Yeah, you've got
Yeah.
those bad boys. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
that
are
one.
like this weird beast. But I think walking around would be actually really shit. If that
It
was
would
the
be
way.
awful. You'd be very
'Cause the
top heavy.
advantage you have as a centaur is the entire horse body,
Yeah,
all four
Gallop.
legs.
yeah,
And
and then you
you
got the
would-
extra
yeah.
arms. That's unfair.
Well, yeah. So I think that's a pretty good one to turn into. You can
Reverse
trample kids
mermaid?
easily.
reverse mermaid, fish head,
Oh, okay.
human legs.
Yeah,
Well, I
What
can't
if
see
you
that
were a
going
mer
wrong.
shark?
Mer
So
shark,
shark
that'd be cool.
head.
Yeah,
That's
a street shark,
You
Ross.
then just have a legs.
That's a street
human
shark.
That's a
legs,
street shark.
That's a street shark. And also, I guess the issue
A
there is
rhino.
you aren't very good in water then still. And you're struggling to breathe because your gills are out.
yeah.
So you need to kind of like constantly be flowing water through around your head. I don't
Just
know.
like a backpack where you're like
Although I guess-
constantly pumping water.
Yeah. So it's just, yeah, you've got a little flushing.
Oh.
Through the flushing system.
Sorry about my voice. I've got to run water for my girls all the time.
I'll be fine tomorrow.
Oh.
One night only.
That's
And
street
that's a
shark.
straight
That's what
picture
you
of
want to
street
be.
They're very cool street sharks. I used to like how they always put them in like boots, like boot cut trousers and stuff.
Yeah.
They made them look so fucking badass.
Yeah, they're always so
A boot
jacked
cut
as
sounds
well.
Specifically badass in your eyes.
Well, it just looks like stylish, you know. It's like that's a shark man that knows what he's about.
They're streetwise,
He's-
street
He's
smart.
streetwise, yeah. You
You
know,
know how lip fillers are a thing. If shark fins on your back became a thing, do you think you'd adopt that as a
Well, it'd be
style?
so
Cut a hole
annoying.
in your t-shirt, have the
It'd
shark
be-
fin,
Every
wander around.
item of
You're that
clothing.
badass with a shark fin, motherfucker.
yeah, but you could never sleep on your back again. You can't use seats. You can't use sofas. Cars are impossible to drive. Having a dorsal fin as a human being would be a fucking nightmare. There's no way around it. Just to be that guy with the fin.
There's a
What if it was only like hard if you were aroused, so everyone actually knew visibly that you were aroused?
You're making it worse somehow, and
Yeah.
why would we then go for
So
that?
you could sleep on your back as long as you weren't like sexually aroused. What do you think about that?
Well, now I'm interested.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a shark fin like groove in your bed, which you slot into
Potentially.
if you want to
yeah.
lie on your back and be aroused at the same time.
But then it'd be a tough one.
Yeah,
I think you
Well,
would
I
just
would.
opt for the side. I don't normally sleep on my back, so I'm alright.
I always thought you meant side fin.
Where do you,
I'd opt
are
for
you
the
a side
side fin.
sleeper? Are you a side sleeper?
I'm a side sleeper.
I'm a side
yeah.
sleeper, yeah.
But aren't you just crushing your shoulder like awkwardly at an angle every time?
I think if it
It
was a
doesn't
big
feel
deal,
like
I
I'm
think
crushing my shoulder.
humanity would
I
figure
think-
out a different bed system.
Yeah.
Maybe they just...
So you sleep just dead on your back, so you're literally just like face up.
No, I rotate, but usually
Yeah.
I think I'm most comfortable on my back. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
cannot
prefer to
sleep
I
on
feel
my front.
restless
I
on my
don't
back.
understand how people sleep on their front.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that.
Yeah. What both shoulders down, arms lift, so your
I just
face
can't
is
do
just.
it. My neck is just like all the side on a
Yeah,
pillow.
it's too contorted.
I think maybe if I had like boobs, maybe that makes it more comfortable
I
because
don't
it
know.
kind of
I don't
keeps
think
you.
it makes it
would.
more uncomfortable because you're squishing yourself.
Maybe
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I might at later stage of my life just get subdermal gel pads put all over my body so that like any angle I'm sleeping, I'm just like
Yeah.
like then I wouldn't need to buy a bed. I could just sleep on hard concrete floor because I've got subdermal gel pads all over my body.
Yeah.
You just
But if
need
it's
to be-
uncomfortable sleeping on your side, I would say it's probably a mattress thing. You
It's-
get a top
well,
up.
I mean, maybe, but like I just always feel it feels unnatural to me because it just feels like I'm just like putting all of my weight. I have to make sure my shoulders like really square to the mattress, otherwise it bends it forward, and I'm like, this isn't healthy.
Oh,
This
okay.
isn't good for me.
You see, I feel like obviously the ball of my shoulder is down, but I feel like my arm is actually in front of my body, so it's not being squished.
But you're
I'm
no
thinking-
longer
So I'm like,
symmetrical.
both my arms are. I
Don't
can't
need
even
to
show
be.
it, but yeah, it's
Don't
just
need to be.
yeah, you're no longer symmetrical. For
I sleep like a goddamn robot.
you need to be.
Right? I need
if I'm
everything like
visually being watched. I need to be
like
symmetrical.
it just bothers me knowing that my body's going to be held asymmetrically for a whole night, and like how am I going to need to like iron myself and like pull my arms back into like the appropriate lengths and
Yeah.
everything?
I don't
Well,
think
I
the
think
weight
the important,
of
yeah.
the parts of the body that are pushing down on your shoulder are more than sitting at a chair and having your entire upper body craning forward in a bed. I think that's
Oh,
worse
yeah.
for you.
Well, I'm already doing that damage. That's what
So I
I'm trying
mean-
to mitigate at night.
I
Yeah.
don't think
trying
it's
to,
a
like-
problem.
I think neck elevation is the important thing to master.
Oh yeah, I use a
Like-
cervical pillow.
Sorry, sorry, what?
So it sounds weird, but the top part of your spine is called your cervical spine,
Okay.
right? Which I know sounds like cervix, which
Does.
is a different thing. No, so it's like a pillow that's like got a groove in it, so that it supports like underneath
Oh,
your
I have
skull.
one of those. I
here.
just didn't know it was called that.
Yeah, it's a cervical pillow. It's really
It's
good.
a memory
Is that
foam
like a travel
I've
pillow?
got. No. it's just a
not
different
really.
shape.
No,
No.
it's not one that goes round your neck like a
No,
dome.
no. It's a normal pillow, but it's got
Yeah.
like a scoop in it, and then
Okay.
like a rounded bottom, so that like it
Yeah.
you put your head on it, and instead of slightly raising your head like a normal pillow does, it keeps your spine straight so that you can breathe better when you sleep.
Oh, okay.
It's
I've
a,
got,
it's a science, all right. And
I
then
used to have
then I wake
multiple
up in the morning
pillows.
and stretch myself in a trouser press. Sorry, what have you got?
So I used to have multiple pillows stacked, and then I would kind
Yeah.
of like almost sleep with a quite extended neck.
Yeah.
I don't know why I found that comfortable, but then I switched to a memory foam pillow like last year,
Yeah.
and it's the best decision I ever made. So if you are thinking and you've had struggle sleeping, I would
Yeah.
recommend a memory.
It's
foam
firm,
pillow,
but it
'cause-
also conforms to you a little bit.
It's just
Nice.
the most comfortable pillow I've had.
I've
Yeah,
got a
it's
memory
just-
pillow that's this shape. This shape.
Yeah,
Like
I got
this
the
think
one.
same
Oh,
thing
okay.
as
So you got
this.
one like this.
Yeah.
Okay, mine's not.
Same as
got
me.
got the. What do you call it? Cervix.
Cervical.
Cervical pillow, or
Don't get
like
a cervix pillow. You don't need. You don't need that.
need
Although
Ross, you're not going to be able.
Okay.
it's recommended for side sleepers to put a pillow between your legs
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it aligns your spine better and your hips.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just put mochi
I
there.
didn't have one of those.
Do you?
Yeah, just squeeze it.
You
in there.
squeeze mochi.
Yeah,
She's just like, and then she pops, and just shits all over your feet.
but she's yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Imagine mochi's not. Do you notice that she's in the bed? Like when
She
she's
only
on the
comes
bed?
up for a bit and then she gets bored of us, and then it's
Right.
like, "Now I'm gonna go lie under the bed. Thanks, I've had enough."
Ah. She's
So-
quite lightweight, isn't she? So
She's
even if
very
she was
lightweight.
on the bed, you don't really. You could probably
No.
roll over and you wouldn't.
It's a
really
danger
fully
because she
know.
could be at the feet
Yeah.
area, and I could like launch her if I wanted to.
Well, yeah. I mean, Murphy weighs down the bed covers to the point where he just hogs them.
Pins.
So now
yeah.
he's literally just this huge log in the center of the bed, preventing me from getting a restful night's sleep.
Well, shove him between your legs, and improve your
I'll
spine
try and squeeze
and your
him
hips.
between my knees. next time.
See if he tolerates it.
See what the results are. Yeah.
Well, I think we've got enough time to squeeze in some funny news if you want to.
Oh, okay. Let's have a
If there's,
fucking look.
has there been anything
Let's have a
funny?
look.
I know it's still.
Oh, someone sent one in to us.
Okay.
Actually, I don't have their name on this list, which upsets me a little bit because they sent something in. Let me find it.
Okay.
It was here. There we go. Lucas. Thank you,
Thank
Lucas.
you, Lucas.
AKA Good Comms. They've sent us this in, which is headline is Southwest passenger arrested for masturbating 4 times during a flight. Of course, masturbating once during a flight is normally enough. That's normally enough to be caught doing that. That's probably enough to say, yeah, I'll call it quits. But 4 times. So a man on Southwest Airlines faces.
Was he
federal
doing it like
charges.
just in his seat?
Well, this is what I haven't fully explored the article. It's very short, as these.
There we go. Yeah.
Articles tend.
It was
to
in
be.
the seat. It was in the seat.
So
There was a woman took photos of him. When McGarity fell asleep, she
fuck.
told the flight crew what happened. 4 times in the seat next to a female passenger, like right next to
Oh
them.
my god! So this, it was in the seat. He thought it was kind of kinky. They've got a quote from him there. He said that's his reason for doing it, and that was it. I mean, is there a charge? There's no charges. That's as far as the article goes. It just says, dude had a wank on a plane 4 times.
They're
Got caught,
facing charges.
and they're facing charges, but there's no
Lewd,
specific-
indecent, or obscene acts.
What would you do if
That's
you
it.
saw someone slapping it next to you?
I'd be horrified. I think it's
Yeah.
probably
I think
it's
you would.
probably the honest answer. I'd just be like, "Oh my fucking god!"
What are
and
you
then I'd be
doing?
like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Stop that.
But I imagine if
Yeah. But what if it looked like they were itching something, like, and you weren't quite sure? So
then I'd
would
say,
you?
"Do you need a help hand with that?"
You would say, "Do you need a hand with that?"
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and so you'd offer the
I'd-
help. Fair
I'd
enough.
push the hostess or host button,
Mm.
whatever it's called. What is that specific button called?
Well, just the
Call,
The
summon.
host-
Summon
or
human
summon
button.
the emergency.
Service
button.
button.
I don't know, help button.
And then I'd order a couple of drinks.
I'm just kidding. I'm about to witness a show here.
Champagne. And I'd offer. And it's like, well, if I'm going to join in, I'm going to have to get a little buzzed first.
Fucking
Here we
hell.
go. Should we put on
so
a
then
movie?
Would you approach the person, or would you just kind of? Are they in the seat right next to you? Is that what it said? Were they in the
Yeah,
seat
right in the
next to
seat
them, or,
next
like,
to them, yeah.
across the...
No, seat next to him.
Okay, that's fucked. Because I think you would just be like, "Sorry, can you not do that?"
And then they
And I'm
fell
British, so
asleep.
I would
The
say sorry
person
first.
masturbating fell asleep, and that's when she reported it.
Right.
What mid jack?
4 JOs and you're KO'd, aren't you? Really?
You are super KO'd at that point. You are tapped out. You're like, Jesus.
So she
Miracle.
was scared into her seat. She didn't want to leave until.
I mean,
I
you
guess
would be, wouldn't you? If
I
some
think
weird
it's a weird,
dude.
it's a very
It
weird
is.
situation
I mean,
to be in, like,
imagine.
because-
It'd be
Yeah,
frozen in
imagine-
fear, or just
Yeah,
like disgust.
It's just like, Jesus Christ, stop doing it. But I mean, I'm guessing this
Yeah.
person had mental health problems.
But
If
then
they were.
that's the limit, though. Isn't it? It's one of the things where it's like, well, if they're willing to do that right
Hmm.
now in front of someone, what else are they willing to do?
What are they capable
on
of?
this flight.
Yeah.
Why are you going to ask them? So what else would you be up for?
What else are you willing to do, mate?
Do you wanna-
I
else
see
can we
the
get away
vacancy
with in our
sign is just
seats?
opened up in the toilet.
He looks up and Ross is just wearing a t-shirt that says it's not going to suck itself,
Yeah, read the shirt, baby.
which I've literally seen people
It's an
wearing.
11-hour flight.
Not
Let's do
recently,
this.
but it was
I
a
have seen
t-shirt
that
that
too.
people have worn in the past.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a
just the worst.
strange t-shirt. It's yeah. I mean,
If-
I
if
assume
you
you would
were-
never take it seriously.
If we were to buy each other novelty t-shirts
Yeah.
and you had to wear them for a day,
Mhm.
what's the worst thing you'd be comfortable buying for one of us? Because obviously you could go like
I think it really
horrifically
depends.
bad, but like
'Cause
stuff
it-
like it ain't gonna suck itself just makes you seem like a fucking tasteless perv, right? Like,
Yeah.
but some would be
This
awful.
depends on everything because
It
if you were
could be
filming it,
really bad.
honestly,
Yeah.
you could go quite far. I think
Mhm.
it's a t-shirt, and
Yeah.
for the joke, I'm willing to go far. But if it was just a case of you have to wear this, no one's watching, whatever.
Mhm.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't want to wear.
Just got a great idea for Smith's birthday video.
Suck it and say.
I'm not just gonna do it on my own. I mean, I'd only be up for doing this
Well,
if I
that's
all
disgusting.
knew
What,
we
even
were
if
suffering.
so we were filming it for a bit, a hilarious YouTube video. You wouldn't go that far. Shame on you.
I would have reservations certainly, because especially the ones I've got in my mind, you know, like
Like what?
just like what could you put on a t-shirt? Like somebody said in chat, like I heart Jimmy Savile, or just like a Jimmy Savile like photo t-shirt that is from like his heyday, so it just looks like you're a fan and have never really thought. Like, you know,
Oh my
like
god!
that would be a
I
good
watched that
one.
documentary yesterday, by the way.
Which
Is it
one?
bad?
There's a new documentary on Netflix about
Yeah,
Jimmy
the Savile one. I saw the trailer for it, which was very creatively done in terms of like they got words of him sounding weird.
Well, this is the thing. There's footage throughout his career of him basically kind of saying the things that he's done, or kind of admitting to it. Like he wanted to get caught, and that's what like psychologists were kind of saying. Like, you know, maybe it was a kind of he wanted to get caught, but also was kind of he had a thrill out of, you know, being out in the open doing the horrible shit he was doing. And yeah, it's a very interesting documentary. It's disgusting that this man managed to do what he did for the period of time he did, and he died before any consequences were really seen. But yeah, no, it's actually a well presented documentary. It's a 2-parter, and it's like 3 hours.
Okay.
Or 3.5 hours almost. Jesus. But yeah, most of the footage, it's not one of those things which is like horribly American, where it's like a narrator going saying stuff over the top. It's well crafted in that sense. But
okay,
yeah, pretty harrowing stuff. And
I bet.
Yeah, the guy's a disgusting, horrible person. And thing is, though, I know it sounds like weird to say, but when you look at the guy, even like he was old when he was young.
Signs were there.
Like the signs were there as well. Like he was this kind of pervy looking dude who was just like, God, there were women like running up to him, like he was doing this marathon. They were running up to him, giving him gifts and kissing him on the lips and stuff. And it's just like, oh, there's so much. Enablers.
Horrible. There are many enablers amongst us.
I don't know. Yeah, but like it shows you that there was a weird time in UK history where he was just able to do this in front of the fucking nation. Ugh.
So a t-shirt that has a picture that looks like that thing you pull off of the side of McDonald's coffee cups to like get like, you know, like a loyalty card.
Oh, yeah.
Like stamps. And then like you'd stamp it and there were like red X's.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of coffee cups, there were just pictures of babies and then Planned Parenthood above it with little red X's.
Hell.
like it's just like a how many you've done, like a loyalty card for. You could put stuff like that on a t-shirt. Is people gonna?
I mean, there's all sorts you could put on a t-shirt. That would be horrible. I mean,
yeah, like I am a neo-Nazi.
Things you could put.
Well, this is the thing, but this is what I'm saying. The trick is to not make it immediately obvious. Like you could just put swastikas all over something, and I mean, you'd probably get fucking arrested.
Blue Lives Matter.
I'd hope so. I'd hope that it was at least.
It's subtle, but it's there.
Questioned.
You're saying something else.
Just walking around like a Trumper, essentially, which is like all of the goddamn hats and t-shirts and all this merchandise that they fucking bought that just covers them in hate.
What about
in Die Hard, where Bruce Willis had to wear that? Was it Bruce Willis? Yeah,
he was
wearing that sandwich board. Do you remember it?
No.
It's vulgar.
Oh, because he was naked.
Yeah, he was wearing a sandwich board that said like racist stuff on it.
Oh,
and yeah, it was pretty rough. And
Die Hard 3.
People started harassing him. Yeah.
And
so that again, there's plenty of bad shit you can put on your t-shirt, mate.
Oh, I think I remember. Yeah. All right. Well, plenty of ideas for your birthday there, Smith. Great.
Probably not the Die Hard one though.
Probably not the Die Hard one
there, guys.
No, please. Pretty more practical as well. It'll have to be a combo. We've got it's a month away.
Yeah. Got to start thinking about that one. Anyway, that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed our Hat Chat podcast. Thank you to our Patreon supporters for choosing our hypothetical for today that we squeezed. Oh, a bit burpy. Squeezed in. Thank you. Patreon.com/hatfilms. You get a little hypothetical every week. and we very much appreciate your support. Also, if you have a musical mind and want to create a little fingle for us, please email to hatchat@hat-films.com, like Joshua Morley Smith did for his hardcore. I guess it would be,
kind of Mogwai sounding,
Nu
especially
metal.
when you hear the whole track.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's cool. Anyway, thank you for listening, and we'll see you all next Friday for more Hat Chat. Have a bloody good one, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.